Hey guys, happy Sunday, fun day, and good night. And how are you? How are you people? Hello, Horse Knight. Hello, Cheskudo. Kudo. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm also fine. Yes. Thank you. All right. So, what are we going to do today? You're all right. Cool. Today we're going to do some serious stuff here because some subscriber requested this, so I'm gonna do it. Just to remind you all subscribers out there, the perk for a 1-month subscription, if Nightbot replies yes, okay, it's either a match, I've done that with Kudo for example, or picking a subject for a stream. So it turns out that Albatros, recent subscriber of the stream, requested this opening, and he or she requested to do it today. So I hope Albatros will join us at some point. And yeah, what we're going to study today is the infamous Nimzowitsch Defence that I totally dislike. so okay, I guess we're gonna learn something. Hey Karmar, what's up? How you doing? Okay, so whoa, Karmar, wow. Entering the chat with resub there. Congrats, Karmar. You have a night now, right? 3 months in a row. You have you have a new emote. Karmar is the MVP. Yeah. Hi Candela. Hey Roken. Okay, I'm gonna start over now that Karmar is here resubscribing. Any subscriber, actually the resub was done automatically. Yeah, I know that, but you shared it now. Yeah, anyone subscribing for 1 month has right to a match or to pick a subject. Anyone with 2 months or equivalent, I wrote it wrong. Oof, that I need some beer. Has access to 1 hour lesson, private or on the stream. You pick the subject. So for example, tomorrow I'm gonna have a private lesson with 1 subscriber as well. And for 3 months, for example, Karmar, is it 3 months or is it 5 months? I can't remember. Perk, sub, 3? Yeah, 3 months. Or $25 donation, blah, blah, blah. 3-hour lessons, private or on the stream, you pick the subject. Probably I will have to leave in some minutes to do something with someone, but I will be back later. Okay, thank you anyway. Thanks for stopping by and for the resub. Yeah. Tesla and friends, thanks for the follow. Okay. I guess it's time to start studying here. So, first I want to do a brief introduction to this defense and what I think of it. Because when Albatros suggested this to me, and I have the chat here, let me read it for you. It's a private chat, but I don't think Albatros minds. Pepe, are you streaming Sunday? Yes, blah blah blah. Do you like the Nimzowitsch Defence E496 for my sub perk? And my answer was, I hate the Nimzo, but it's okay. Why? It is good, Pepe, it is good. The Nimzo is what I'm trying to study against d4, says Candela. Well, against d4 is slightly different. You don't necessarily get it. The Nimzowitsch defense is, in theory, it is against e4. So in theory it's e4, knight c6. But yeah, knight c6 you can play it also against d4, which makes even less sense to me. even less than against e4. Okay, so what do I think about this opening? I'm an e4 player, right? I like openings that are concrete and tactical. So knight c6 is like, because if I play e4 and my opponent plays e5, right, we're both fighting for the initiative and for the attack. If they choose a semi-open approach like the French, the Carol, even the Scandi or the Aliechin, well, it's concrete. They're either attacking my center immediately or trying to build something. But if they play knight c6, is like, what? That doesn't attack my pawn, that doesn't fight for the squares I'm fighting for. It's like, you mean the Nimzo-Indian? No, okay, that's different, Candela. Yeah, sorry about the confusion. That's maybe some other day we can do that. Actually, I think we might have done something already. Study Nimzo. Yeah, we have some study already on the Nimzo-Indian defense, because on liches you have opening thematic tournaments on certain openings, and the Nimzo-Indian is of course one very normal opening. But on liches you don't have an Nimzowitsch Defence thematic tournament. It's not in the list of openings where you can create a thematic tournament from. For example, the Grob is not there also. So liches has only, like good openings like the Bone Club, where you can create tournaments from. So that means we're gonna cover today an opening that is not there, that is not good, but okay, whatever, let's do it. So that's my opinion on the Nimzo. Good openings like the One Cloud, exactly, of course. And the Frankenstein Dracula variation, good openings. That's what, and actually we have the learn command also. So if you type learn Nimzo, for example, and you get the Nimzo-Indian defense, of course, or the Nimzo-Larsen attack in this case, anything related to Nimzo. But if you type learn Nimzowitsch, and I typed it right, because there are two possibilities, that I typed it wrong, but that's not the case, I typed it right. And typing it right, we get the Hungarian opening, which is like the last in the list. That means that we don't have an entry for Nimzowitsch. So our learn command has exactly the same list of openings that liches has. So we could do learn Frankenstein, for example, and we're gonna get it. Or we can learn the Bone Cloud, and we're gonna get it. That means it is in the database, it is in liches database, it is in the list of good openings. But the Nimzowitsch is not. Okay, anyway, let's create a study. Let me talk about what we are going to do. I'm going to approach this as I usually do with openings that are in thematic tourneys. So I'm going to create a study. I'm going to go through the lines we have on the Wikipedia page. We have some here. I'm going to go there in a moment. And then I might take some of my games, because I played, because I'm an e4 player, I had to face knight c6 from time to time. For example, some person you probably know, some streamer we can shout out, is Saltigo, right? Probably all of you know Saltigo. If not, please check out his stream. Saltigo plays systematically the Nimzowitsch against e4. So I think every game I played against him, I had to face knight c6. So I might go through some of my games on liches, and you will see my approach as someone that doesn't want to study the theory, my approach to those games. So I can maybe add it on the study. Oh, Fuxia says, you can clone my study, it has all named variations already. Oh, that's cool, Fuxia. That's so cool. And that's your study. Oh, thank you. That's a good, actually very good starting point, because that way we might go faster on the stream, if you don't mind that I show the lines in your study. That's cool, that's so cool. Thanks for sharing. So, okay, I'm gonna go through some games, and then I have one game that I played, an over the board game that I played against the Nimzowitsch. So it's my only classical chess game with that line. So I guess I will share it, although it's very crazy game, so maybe it doesn't have a good point on the theory, but okay, I'm gonna add it anyway. Okay, and yeah, let's see if we can understand something. Okay, this is Fuchsia's study on the Nimzowitsch defense. We have I think the last chapter is a game, and the others are the lines. What is that, Roken? Okay, so first of all, variations overview. Well, let's put it from the white side. I always like to see every opening from the white side, but it's just, I don't know, something. Oh, it got because this is synchronized. All sync members remain on the same position. Okay. The game is the debut game of Nimzowitsch variation. So the first game with that variation. Okay. Let me try to see first the overview of the variations overview, and I'm going to try and explain what I'm seeing. So, okay, e4, a normal move, and knight c6. This is what we call the Nimzowitsch variation. And the problem for white with this move is it does not define anything. So I think main point that black has in this variation, or in this move specifically, is we're not going to commit yet to what are we going to play. However, we're blocking the c pawn, so we can discard already Sicilians and Caro-Cans. But from here you can pretty much transpose to many lines: the Scandinavian, King's Indian defense, French, even Aliéhine. So for white is like, yeah, it's we're still not in theory, so to speak. Now we have to make a move. Can you transpose to a bone cloud? Of course. Okay, so from here in this study we have six different ideas for white, and I'm seeing them. I don't know if showing this view. No, I guess I will just show the board. Okay, and so we have d4, which makes a lot of sense, and I think that's what I play mostly. I play either d4 or knight f3. We have d4, knight f3, knight c3 is also a move. Bishop b5 is also a move. b4, b4 is a funny one, and then we have f4. f4 is I think I've never played f4 in this position, but it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Okay, so yeah, b4 is interesting as well. Before we can think of it as kind of an Evans gambit. It can very likely transpose to an Evans gambit if black plays e5 at some point. Anyway, so here we have d4, and we have a lot of lines from here. Ufda. Ufda. That's a very thorough study, Fuchsia. Okay, so knight f3 is called the declined variation. I don't know why would that be the name. So let's follow the main line: d4, d5, knight c3, d takes e4, d5. All eco names. Ufda, but this is very, very. I didn't want to go so deep in the theory in this session, basically because I'm a total newbie in this line. 95, and this is called the Scandinavian variation, Vogel-Yugov variation, Nimzowitsch gambit. There's the knight b8 idea with f3. This is the Richter gambit. Okay, I'm not gonna learn the names today. for sure. But I can understand why the Scandinavian is called the Scandinavian. It's because e4, d5 gets played. Most of these lines are not so relevant. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna go through some of the lines so we can see that the ideas of how you can transpose to different move orders. One thing is that after d4, I've seen many players choose different approaches as black. For example, many players play d5, many players play e5, which is marked here as a dubious move, but for example, I think is what Saltigo plays. Let me go through e5. The Kennedy variation. d5, this is what I play. There's also d takes e, knight takes e, knight f3. This seems pretty decent for white as well, because black lost a lot of tempi to trade everything. Like, black has nothing developed right now. I just included variations because Lichess has no opening explorer built in. Okay. Queen f6, queen g3. Cute. Cute move, attacking c7. Okay, but d5 is the move I tend to do, and I think it's the main line here, knight c7. And here we see that black is going to play kind of a King's Indian defense, where honestly I like the. I'm not sure if we can say we're a tempo up against compared to some King's Indian defense lines. But I have that feeling. The trip of the knight is very strange. Although this is not a King's Indian anymore after h4, h5, bishop g5. But this is an interesting idea I've never seen. So let me have a quick glance here at f6, bishop e3. Okay, no more lines. And knight f6. It's interesting to play this h4. I like it. Typical idea when a knight lands on g6. What I tend to do, and we probably see that in the games I played, if we find those games, I tend to first play like c4, knight c3, secure the center. Then I play g3 at some point to fight against this knight on g6, and eventually I'm gonna play h4, but in the future. But it's nice to see that there's this immediate line with h4. But I like this comment here after knight c7. Every normal move is good for white now. even d6 seems playable here. Okay, I guess it's too crazy. Okay, so what other lines do we have besides d5, which would be the main one, and e5, which is the one that Saltigo does? According to this, we have d6, I've seen that, a6, e6, I've seen those, and we have f6 here. Wow, f6 cannot be good. The Neo-Mongoloid defense. Cool. This looks very suspicious for black. Oh, the good chook variation. I think I've seen this. a6, knight f3, d5. Eco names are weird, yeah. All right. Wow, lots of variations here. If someone wants to prepare to play the Nimzowitsch, I recommend this study by Fuchsia. However, we can see that it transposes to many things. For example, here we see with g6 transposing to Pirch. Well, it's called Pirch connection. It can very likely transpose to a Pirch after d6, next move. We have also e6 called French connection. Although in the French, you don't usually play knight c6 before you play c5. So yeah, I don't know. And then we have the Breyer variation, knight f6, d4, e5. Yeah, of course, if white plays e5, we transpose to, in this case, to a Vienna. If white plays knight f3, and then black plays e5 here, we transpose immediately to open game, Italian or Ruy Lopez. Or so black has many ways to go into main lines territory, like playing e5 here. So maybe knight c6 can be used against some players to prevent some openings, but it's hard to tell which ones. One idea could be, for example, to avoid the king's gambit. If you know your opponent plays the king's gambit, so against e4, e5, he plays f4, then you might prepare this line, the e4, knight c6, f4, which is of course different than the king's gambit. Actually, the main line here, d5, I already like it more than the Falkbeer counter gambit against the king's gambit. So maybe you can prepare this against a king's gambit player, and maybe after e4, knight c6, he does not dare to play f4, so he plays knight f3, and at that moment you play e5, and you avoided the king's gambit. So yeah, of course the Nimzowitsch can be useful for, you know, to trick or to avoid certain openings, but the counterpart is that white has so many options and black has so many options, because knight c6 is not very committal, that to play it against any person, you would probably need to know a lot about openings, like the kind of knowledge that expert players have. Like, okay, he's playing that with white, then I'm gonna try to move to a King's Indian defense approach, or I'm going to move to a French defense, or I'm going to move to a perch. But if you don't know if you don't have all that knowledge, then it's very difficult to say, okay, I'm going to prepare the Nimzowitsch defense and I'm going to be so good at Nimzowitsch defense theory, because it's so wide, because it's not very committal, knight c6. It's basically doing nothing related to white's first move, pawn to e4. The knight is fighting for the wrong squares, so to speak. And it's probably not gonna be there forever on c6. So yeah, very hard for me to recommend this opening, especially for weak players. Anyway, let's have a look at the three main lines we have here: the Scandi advance, the Scandi Vogolyubov, and the Colorado Gambit. The Scandi is, of course, when you play d5 here, and the advance is when they advance. Now, e5 is a very interesting move. I just noticed that I don't have 2b3 in the overview. You don't have the b. You don't have the b against the Nimzowitsch. But it's playable. It's, of course, playable. The b, you can play the b against anything. Okay, we might argue that this advanced variation is better on the Nimzowitsch, for white, I mean, than in the regular Scandi, because in the regular Scandi, after e4 d5, e5 is not considered very good, although it's not terrible. But once the knight committed to c6, by playing e5, you grab the space, and this knight is terrible, basically. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just putting pressure here, but that pressure is nothing. You would like to jump over your knight in the next move and play c5 to really put pressure on the center. So the knight is really hitting granite. It's hitting a wall here. So I think compared to the regular Scandi, let me create a study anyway. I'll end up creating a study because I need to put moves Open link in new tab. Hey Jim, there needs to be, should be a thing, yeah. Copy. Oh, is it okay if I clone your study? I have the feeling that it's very, very deep compared to the studies I usually do, but if you don't mind that I clone it, I mean, you proposed, so here, sure, just clone it. Okay, clone. You can delete what you don't need. Yeah. In general, I will not delete anything. I think everything is cool. Okay, so I probably add something more basic first. So I don't know how to do this, but okay. The Fuchsia database is enormous. Yeah. So for the moment, I'm gonna split somehow. Something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna add the typical chapter we always do, starting point, and variant standard. Okay, create chapter. Oh, this starting point, let's put it orientation wise, please. E496. Okay. I played Colorado for a while. It's still fun. Okay. So here I'm gonna add a comment. The following chapters are appear as they were cloned from the amazing study. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so let's have a quick glance at the Scandi advanced variation. And I'm gonna add that as a new chapter. Hey Albatros, this is your fault what we're doing here. Scandinavian advanced variation. Okay, starting point, yeah. Scandi, oh, I failed. The initial position should be the initial position. So give me a second. I'm gonna create again Scandinavian advanced variation. Okay, now that Albatros is here, let me quickly recap what we've been doing. First of all, any soup has access to these perks, and Albatros redeemed his the perk to choose a subject for a stream. So here we are studying the infamous Nimzowitsch Defence. We've already talked about how bad this is. I was kidding that it's not on the Lich's list of like normal openings, as for example the Bone Cloud is. We've been joking on that. We've been Um, I did try to explain why I wouldn't recommend this opening for a weak player as black, because I think you really need to know different openings that you can transpose to. I think knight c6 is not very committal, and the power of it is to avoid some certain openings and try to trick in move orders in different openings. So I think it's very powerful when you're a strong player, and you can use it to be flexible, to remain flexible. But for a weak player, I wouldn't recommend it. And now we were using this amazing study by Fuchsia that we just cloned, which is very thorough, very deep, lots of lines with all the names, and I'm going to try and grasp, take the basics of it. I thought this was a chess stream, wasn't it, Kuro? Okay, so let's go through some lines, and then I'm gonna look for some of my games against it. And specifically, I have only one classical chess game that I played against Nimzowitsch, so I will add it to the study, and that's gonna be it. After that, we're gonna try to create an arena or something. I don't know if you can create arenas from a position only chess. Can you? We will not be able to create an arena on this opening. Can you create an arena from a position only chess? Probably. Okay, initial position. Oh no, you cannot. You have to pick from the list. Okay, so we cannot create an arena on this because it's not on the list of possible starting positions. Unless in advanced, no, we cannot do that. So we can do games. I can play games from that position, but we cannot create a tournament that starts in that position. I'm so sorry. That's what you get when you play such a terrible opening. Okay, so the advanced variation is, of course, to play e5 here. And I was trying to explain that this is better than in regular. This advance is much better for white than in the regular Scandi, because in the regular Scandi, if you play e5, black's not going to play knight c6. Knight c6 would be a terrible move, right? Black is going to play most likely c5 or bishop f5 here. And the advance is not considered very, very good option for white in the Scandi, because, I mean, it's not bad, the advance, but taking is better. Taking is better because the tempo on the queen, etc. We know that. So after e4, knight c6, d4, d5, the advance is actually much better than in the regular Scandi, because now this knight is terrible. This knight is going nowhere, and what we would love to do now with black is to jump over our knight to be able to play c5 and put real pressure on d4. This knight alone is not putting enough pressure on d4. So okay, this seems pretty decent for white. So let's have a look at what Fuchsia's studies say. e5 and bishop f5 is would be the main line. There's the f6, immediate f6. This is an unusual, very early attempt to open the center. I don't recommend it. White should always respond to f6 with either f4, makes a lot of sense, or bishop b5. You will also see knight f3 or e takes f6 in blitz games quite often. I would never take on f6. I would never take on f6 as white. But yeah, f4, bishop b5 make a lot of sense. So for example, f4, bishop f5, c3, knight h6. Okay, this is a normal development where black is trying to play a good French. You know, a French where you break with f6, and good in the sense that you take the bishop out first. But come on, the knight on c6 is terrible. We want to play c5. So, okay, some maneuver, and this is the line we have. And bishop b5 idea also. Hey, the real gambit, no problem. No problem. We're learning a shitty opening here, so it's okay. Bishop b5, note how open the king is for attacks. Yeah. Takes, e6. And this is a bad French now for black, right? Oof, I don't like this position for black. Yeah. Bishop b5 is really annoying for black. Yeah, it is. Poof. Yeah. Yeah, I hate this position. Anyway, so it's good to know, and I'm gonna put it like, you know, the simple idea here that against you really don't like this, do you? No, I told you I don't. I told you already. I mean, the thing is, I would probably never play this with black unless I'm trolling. I mean, it's playable. I don't mind playing anything, but for a serious game, I would probably not play it. However, I don't like it as white either. When I play white, because knight c6 is so uncommittal, it's like, come on, why do you play knight c6? And so I hate it with both colors, really, really. I don't know why, it's superior to me. Okay, so what were we seeing? Bishop f5 and f6. Okay, so let's put bishop f5 as the main line, and f6, where both bishop b5 and f4 make sense. I once managed to get a draw with an Nimzowitsch against Fiona. Somehow we ended in an extremely dry position. Let's look at e4, knight c6, knight f3, d5, e takes d, queen takes d. Oh, that's the next variation, the Bogolyubov line. We're gonna get there. Okay, f4, f5, and in the main line with bishop f5, according to Fuchsia's study, the game continues with c3, f4, etc. c3, e6, bishop d3, knight e7. We didn't see this. Knight a3, I like it. f6, f4, g6. And then we have a lot of lines and sublines and games. That's cool. Okay, so one of the lines, like the main line, we have there would be something like c3, e6, bishop d3, knight g7, f4. No, wasn't like that. Knight e2, knight e2 first, then knight e3, and only after f6, f4. Yeah, so okay, makes sense. So okay, this is okay. Knight e2, queen d7, f4, f6, knight e3, g6. No, cannot be g6 in this position. I missed something again. It is g6 in this position. Wow. But okay, knight f4 was before, knight f3 was after queen d7. So I did the wrong move order, but I think it's the same position. Delete from here. So knight f3, f6, f4, and g6. So the idea is if e takes f6, you go knight g8 and you regain the pawn. That's why I like f6 first, because it's not clear whether the bishop should go to f5 or bishop g4. Yeah, but if you play f6 first, bishop b5 is really annoying. Also f4. I think I would play f4. Okay, let's have a look at the next line, the Bogolyubov. Well, let me just put that's chapter 5, 6, 7. No, okay, I was going to put a comment, but maybe at the end. Okay, the Bogolyubov line is well, knight c3. I thought it was e takes d5 and then knight c3. I guess it transposes. Okay, it doesn't. 95, and that's called the Nimzowitsch gambit. And then we have a lot of lines there. But why would you play this with white if you can play the advance? That is great. I would play the advance, honestly, unless I prepare something. Hey, Nola Tepe Gambit. Look at this one. I want you to remember this one, because over the board game I played this line. True story. And this is a very crazy line. Very crazy line. Yeah, it's fun, right? This is like a torture. I'm gonna show the game. It was a funny game, but it's all tactics. I'll remember just because of the name. Okay, so Bogolyubov variation, the main move on the board. E5 is the main move online. Look at that. E5 here. Okay. E5 here is the main move online, and knight c3 the main move over the board. And now d takes e4, d5 makes sense, knight e5, and this is called the Nimzowitsch gambit. And okay, I'm going to try first. Okay, the Colorado gambit is knight f3, f5, so okay, nothing to do with that. So I'm going to try and add this Candy Bogolyubov line, a very introductory chapter, and I'm going to try and show the line that Albatros was giving. Orientation wide, please. I also have games on the orangutan, over the board games also, with both colors also. Okay, e4, that's actually Polish. Yeah, Polish, orangutan, or Sokolski. Sokolski also has several names. Okay, so we're looking at the line with knight c3, and the main gambit idea would be this one. But we have several options here. Fuchsia's study has a lot of them. I just want to point out this one. and the one that Albatros was sharing. Let me have a quick glance at that line. So e takes d5, queen takes d5. I wouldn't do that with white. Why would I take on d5? Knight c3, queen f5. Okay, let me see if on Fuchsia's study we have that line. Well, not here. And maybe as an alternative to e5. No. Okay. So we don't have it. We don't have it. Knight f3 on move 2. Ah, knight f3. Wait, what? So it's a totally different line. e4, knight c6, knight f3. Is that the line? Okay, let me see the line again. Where is it? I'm scrolling up. e4, knight c6, knight f3, d5. It takes d, queen takes d, knight c3, queen f5. Okay, so first of all, this line is not the line. So delete. Knight f3. So, okay, going to the variations overview that Fuchsia had, I remember we had knight f3 as an option here. Here black can go into main territory with e5. But here we're looking at d5. E takes d5, queen takes knight c3, and here we only have queen a5 idea, but you say queen f5. Big and Tlebru, thanks for the follow. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm gonna keep the Scandi Bogolyubov here, and I'm gonna add a new line in the study, new chapter, and I'm gonna have a look at it without the engine and without the database, or maybe with the database, I don't know. And let's call it Scandinavian Albatros variation. Because we don't have a name for it. So let's put the name. So e4, knight c6, knight f3, d5 takes knight here, and oopsie, not that. Take it from here, queen f5. Blocking the own bishop. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's see what the database says. No game found. Let me select no masters games found, but let's see only chess. Well, only chess we have a lot of games. I would say almost 300 games. And the main move is apparently d4. Let's click d4 and then knight b4, which makes sense. Good idea. Queen f5 is attacking that. And then what people usually play is bishop d3, although there's bishop b5 check. The problem with bishop b5 check, it would be nice to go to a4, but I guess bishop d7. Okay, let's put both moves on the board. Bishop d3, which is the main one, and bishop b5 check. Well, there are other moves that, of course, lost. And here, amazingly, many people played c6 instead of bishop d7. Bishop d7, you just take it. Okay, so c6 would be the main line. Bishop d7, you just take it. And you have to take with the king to be able to take on c2. And then knight e5 check, king must move. The 3 games in the database continued with king e8, and white just castled. And okay, you can take on c2, but wow, g4 here. Look at that queen, cannot defend the knight. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. And after c6, which is the main move, bishop a4, of course. And okay, the main move in the database is b5, which I don't like. And then there's knight f6, h5. There's one game with h5 that black won, but all the rest seem good for white. Yeah, okay. I guess white defended in time. So bishop e6 is better. In this position, bishop e6. But there's no threat. There's no threat. So yeah, the only game in the database continued with castle, and I agree. And I don't see a threat. So I think black pieces are really weird. I mean, the knight still can be developed easily, but the rest of the pieces are in very suspicious places from my point of view. I wouldn't be surprised if the engine assesses this as +1 for white already. Idea is knight f6, then knight to d5. Yeah, sort of a Scandi. What does the engine say? +2. It's even better than I thought. Yeah, black's position is very suspicious. And the problem is your idea is totally solid and defensive. It's not like, oh, I have a lot of compensation, I'm killing white's king. No. The best you're hoping for is to find a solid setup to survive in a position that the engine doesn't like. And I think I don't like either as a human. But I would love to play this position against you. No, I hate this for black. You would win this against me. Misplaced and underdeveloped pieces. Yeah. It's like having the worst part of the Scandinavian and no compensation at all. No, I mean, it's just, I understand that once you get knight b4 in a bullet game, some player can lose very fast with white. Yeah, queen a5 is the main move according to Fuchsia's study and according to the database here. Queen a5 is the main move, which resembles, well, it doesn't resemble. It's immediately a theoretical position from the queen a5 Scandinavian. Although, to be honest, in the queen a5 Scandinavian, stronger players play c6 instead of knight c6. This is like a risky approach, but it's a main line also. So yeah, it would transpose immediately to Scandi. Cool. Okay, I don't like Scandinavians anyway. Well, I do like them. I mean, I think it's a suspicious defense, but I've studied and played it a lot, so I learned to like it. Anyway, let's try to see some games as promised, because we're spending too much time with this already. Okay, let's have a look at the remaining line we have here, the Colorado Gambit. What is the Colorado Gambit? Is knight f3, f5, bam. This is called Lin variation, but most people know it as Colorado Gambit. E takes f5 is the best move, actually. This is the Colorado counter accepted, whatever counter means. Good point. D5, attacking the pawn. D4 makes sense. Here gives the line G4. Oof, that. G4. Some people try to hold that pawn. H5. G takes H5. And well, I guess bishop takes F5 now. There's no more line, but okay. I guess D4 makes sense. Bishop takes F5. Bishop E5. E6. 95. Ooh. look at that queen on h4. Annoying pings. All the knights are pinged, the black's knight. I also play e4, knight c6, knight f3, knight f6, which will go into Aliyehin. Yeah, I know that one. All right. Well, playable, I guess. Okay, so first of all, let me try to find games I played. How do you do that on Lichess? If I go to my profile, there's an advanced search tool somewhere. If I click on games, maybe advanced search, yes. Variant mode, opponent, winner, loser, white, black, result, winner, color, sort, analysis. There's nothing related to the opening, I think. Uh-oh. Okay, nothing related to the opening. That means that either I remember my opponent, and I can only remember one opponent against which I played this, so I have to go for him. I'm sorry, Saltigo. You're the only one that I remember that plays this shit. Okay. So again, I already gave him a shout out today, but since we're gonna analyze or at least show some of his losses, let's shout out him. He's a very good streamer also. Okay. Hey Armitiev, what's up? Okay, 6 games with you. Here we are. And I'm assuming that the games I was white, they were all this line. So okay, this was Crazy House. No, this was Purple White. Okay, so this game open, this game open, this game open, and then I was black, and then I was white again. Oh, it says here Nimzowitsch Defence. Yeah, Nimzowitsch, and Nimzowitsch. Yeah, so all the 4 games I opened are Nimzowitsch Defence games. And I should probably be able to... Hey, Pepelu is streaming and Saltigo is streaming. Cool. I should be able to add them to the end of the study. So I'm gonna put at the end some games, for example. So here, study Nimzowitsch Defence, and there's the game. I'm gonna put it from the white's perspective, I think. Okay, and that's the game. Next game, study. So I'm gonna add all of them, and then I will show them already in the study. And then I'm gonna try to add my over the board game. I think I have it imported somewhere on Lichess. Ah, yes, I remember when. I remember where. Okay, this is the second one. So these 4 games I'm importing. Do you have ChessBase? Yes and no. I have it on the mobile. I've never used it. All right. So these 4 games you're gonna see they were blitz games, and the opening is not important. Wow! Look at this game. It has computer analysis, and it says 6 blunders. Pepelu 6 blunders. 12 inaccuracies, 11 mistakes. Saltigo 6 blunders, 8 inaccuracies, 9 mistakes. Actually, I committed more mistakes, even though I won. Okay, So that proves that the Nimzowitsch defense is terrible, because I committed more mistakes than him and still won. Okay. Study. Anyway, these games are blitz, low quality. You're gonna see that my approach to the opening, because I know any theory, it's very, very calm. That was a troll pep. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a good game. What I think it was a good game I played once. My only over the board game against the Nimzowitsch, and I have it on our team forum. So give me a second. Fizzy Water Squad. And copy the link, paste. I think I'm going to the game. Yes. Let me. Well, this is much better. 0 blunders for me, 1 blunder for my opponent. Higher quality. Okay, study. Nimzowitsch Defence. And okay, that's it. Okay, so let's have a look at all these games very fast. At least the blitz games, I want to pass through them very fast. Okay. Pepelus Altigo. This game is from December. Actually they're sorted the other way around, right? This is the eldest. Okay, I'm gonna reorder them or not. Yeah. Oopsie, my bad. This should be here. This should be here, and this here. Okay, now they are in good order. So this is the eldest. It was played in 2016. And of course I played d4. And as I already mentioned, he plays e5, not d5. So what do I do here? d5. But it's interesting, I learned something today in the Fuchsia's study, that it's possible to play d takes e5, knight takes e5, knight of 3. And then after knight takes f3, queen takes f3, queen f6, there's queen g3. And I like that idea. Maybe I can add it here. Yeah, let's put that line here, because I think it's interesting from theoretical point of view. I think I have this open twice. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that line is interesting. Anyway, I think I always play this d5, 97, and also in Fuchsia's study we've seen knight f3 and h4, after knight g6, h4, and okay, if you know theory, you go for that kind of idea. I don't know theory, so I go for this slow c4. Gerbus, thanks for the follow. But it turns out that I played bishop d3 in this game, which is strange, because I think I mostly play c4 here, which is the main move in the database, as we can see. But okay, this was 2 years ago, so I can't remember what I played in this game. Bishop d3, knight g6, g3. I like to do that against this knight. Knight f6, knight e2. So intending some f4 at some point. We're still in the database. At least the Lichess one. Bishop there. Ufta. Knight b6. I would have castled here, because there's pressure on f2. Okay, d6. Bishop d2. No game found now. It's strange, because this is a game from Lichess. And we have the database from Lichess. Okay. Okay, and it's a game. It's a game. If If I have to pick a side, I think I would still pick white here, because this is like a King's Indian defense, where black managed to have the bishop out of the chain. So in a way, black is happy, but still white has the space, right? And I didn't castle for some reason. Takes, and finally castled. H5 rar, going for the attack. F4 rar, counter attack in the center. Ooh, F5. That was probably unexpected by him. Now it seems I'm the only one who's gonna attack. Knight c3, strange move. I attacked h5, or not. I don't know. I'm defending the knight, attacking the knight, threatening bishop h6. But if the rook moves, there's pawn takes g6 and takes the knight, so only move to defend with the knight. g4 rar, and I'm gonna play king g2 probably at some point, or not. Ooh, this probably counts as one of the blunders by me, because there's no need to to sacrifice that, probably. Okay, it was blitz game. Rook takes b5, strange. This was, let me see, what time control? 90 plus 2, 90 seconds, I guess. So, okay, 1 minute and a half, 2 seconds increment. Check, there, take. Not sure who's better. What? So I hang the rook, he doesn't take it. I guess we were in time trouble or something. Yeah. He doesn't take the bishop. That means it was 3 minutes and you berserked. Could be possible. I'm not sure if this... No, I think this wasn't a tournament, Albatros. No, it wasn't a tournament. It was a game with him. Just a game with him. Woo! Okay. Nothing else to see in this game. The next one, same day, same year, same time control. And he played f5. With +2 it can't be a berserk game. No, it can be, Fuxia. Because the time control that gets in the PGN, in the tags, the time control is the official one. Then if you berserk, you don't have the increment, but in the PGN you will have that time control was that one. But I remember I played him directly. It was not a tournament. Anyway, f5, the lean variation, right? The Colorado Gambit. Takes d5, exactly. d4, yes, I played the main line, even though I didn't know what I was playing. Bishop takes f5. Another main move is bishop d3, but of course I'm against such move as bishop d3. I also avoid to do that in the Caro-Kann, so I didn't do it. c3, bishop b5, knight e5, doubling pawns, bishop e2 because I still don't want to trade that bishop. It's strange time control for tournament. Yeah, also that. Trade. I don't mind trading for some reason. He castled into the position where the king is more opened. Yeah. Oofda. Okay. Yeah, I guess the time control didn't help a lot. Yeah. And he resigned. Okay. As you can see, we're not going to learn a lot of about the opening in these games. Okay, this game was already this year, and in time control was 5 minutes plus 3. And by this year, I mean 2018, not this year. And again, I played d5, bishop d3 again. Yeah, I thought I would play c4 first. C4, knight c3, he takes, strange decision, but it's his bad bishop, so makes some sense. And h4 by me. Look at that. I sacrifice the h4 pawn because I don't mind opening the h file, but it's very suspicious, right? Analyzing bullet games is rarely useful. Yeah, that's true. So here I want to sacrifice h4 because I want to go g4 and open the h file and go rar. I guess I'm gonna do it anyway. Oof. King f2. Wow, I'm crazy. And look at the fork. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Everything under 5 minutes is bullet. Well, this is 5 plus 3, so it's not bullet. That's a passed pawn. Yeah, the passed pawn. Yeah, and resigns. Okay, and finally, I probably did the same d5, bishop d3, and then c4. Yeah, because this was the same day. Ah no, this was 23 December 23. This was like 1 month ago. And this is 240 seconds. That's 4 minutes. So this is probably from a tournament. This is probably from a tournament, you know, from these tournaments I create with 4 minutes. And I was probably berserking, so I probably had 2 minutes. Oh, actually, yeah, we can see the clocks. I don't know if you can see them. You can see only my clock. I can see both clocks, and we started both in 2 minutes. So we both berserking here. Okay. So he takes, so we're repeating the same game, basically. But I castled first. Okay, now I castled fast and went f4, rar. He grabs the e5 square. I think this is probably better for him than the last game. After rook f5, I wouldn't take on g2. I would just try to attack the rook with some knight jump, knight takes h2, for example. Yeah, okay, and I'm using the h file finally. Yes, I'm always getting to use the h file in this line. Haha, there is a rar arena currently on chess. Cool. Okay, and now finally let's show a proper game. Let's show a proper game. But it's you do pretty well against this defense. Well, in this case I do pretty well against this opponent, or maybe against this specific line of this defense, but I think I didn't get anything out of the opening. It was just normal games, normal bullet games. Now we're gonna see a game that I prepared, where I prepared a line against the Nimzowitsch because I knew my opponent played this. So we played this line. The one I told you before, e5 here, the so-called, what was it? How was the name of this defense? Yeah, this is over the board, and this is classical chess. This is a long game. Let me grab some fizzy water, and we're gonna go through the game. Be right back. Heinola Depe Gambit. Heinola Pepe Gambit, exactly. You crazy people playing this stuff in classical game. Well, the crazy one was him, Julio Salgado, very strong player from Galicia. I think the day we played this game, he was, if I remember correctly, he was 87 years old. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was 83 or more than 80, sure. And he's still playing. This was 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it was in 2014, this game. And he's the Victor Korchnoi of Galicia. He's very strong player and yeah, really admirable. Yeah. So it was my only game against him. So it was also an experience for me. Anyway, I prepared. I knew he played this, so I prepared this line. And well, we can see in the database here, e takes d5, d takes e5, knight takes d5. Everything is a move here because position is so crazy. Everything can take everything. Horse knight. I used to live in Vigo. Ah, cool. Okay, but I went for the bishop b5 line, which is threatening basically to take a free pawn on e5. So black must react, taking something, either dd or ed. So he takes on e4. And now, very similar to the line we saw, the Bogolyukov line, after d takes e4, you play d5. So, the thing with this game is it was tactical from the beginning to the end. So I never use this game for my students. For example, I never use this game to explain anything because it's just tactics. It's just very hard to explain this game from a strategical point of view. It's just tactical from the beginning to the end. So at least it is an example of how beautiful can a game turn from this opening, I guess. So let's go through the game. If someone has any comments, it's cool. If not, I think I'm not going to explain anything because it's all tactical and calculation. Of course, a6 has to be played because there's an annoying ping on the knight. a6 is the only move here. And now there are several possibilities. We can take the knight, we can take the knight with the bishop, we can retreat the bishop, but yeah, keeping the ping makes sense. And of course, black's idea is to play b5. It resembles a lot to the Botvinnik variation in the other side of the board. When you play bishop g5, they play h6. You have the knight pinned on f6 with the pawn e5, and then you go bishop h4, they go g5. It's a similar idea. Oopsie. And of course, we wouldn't do this if not to take here with the knight on b5. And after pawn takes, bishop takes, we're gonna regain our piece on c6. Big threat, bishop takes c6 to win an exchange, at least. So knight g7, or knight e7. We don't need to say g, because the other knight is pinned. So knight e7. And now there are two main lines here, or three. And I prepared a minor line. I remember preparing this home the night before the game, because Pepe, if I go 10-0 in this tourney coming up, will you admit that the Nimzowitsch is great? I will never admit that. Okay, the main move here is d takes c6, as we can see in the database, which makes sense to regain immediately the piece. Black can trade queens, and okay, we have still a very unbalanced position, but without queens. OJ, hello. Pluku, hello, what's up? Instead here I prepared a different line, which was bishop g5. A tricky one, because now we're pinning the other knight, the knight that is defending c6, so bishop takes c6 is a big time threat, and the only defense is, of course, the infamous f6. So my opponent played f6, which is normal. And here I remember I prepared both the two possible lines here. There are two options for white here. One is bishop back to e3, and the other is bishop takes f6, which is really nice line. Okay, Real Gambit, see you. I need to go. Okay, Karmar, have fun. Guess there is no knight d7 here. What? Ah, bishop d7. In this position, I think I just take it. I mean, the knight is pinned on e7, so after bishop, so yeah, now you have a problem because if bishop takes, just bishop takes. So yeah, if you cannot take, then the bishop, I guess, bishop e6, and I would probably play queen e2 to keep things, you know, keep black under the hoods. Yeah, so no, I remember f6 was the only move. And yeah, the idea of bishop takes f6, and I remember preparing this with the engine because my opponent had a game in the past, several years ago, where his opponent played bishop e3. Sorry, after f6, yeah, bishop e3. But when I was looking at this with the engine, I discovered the bishop takes f6 idea, where after g takes f6, I can't remember the lines, but I guess queen h5 check, king here, pawn takes, and something related to that, or maybe queen f7 first, threatening this, or this. I can't remember the line. I know it was bishop takes f6 with equality or something like that. And hey Turtle, do you have a study on it? Yeah, we're creating one. From cloning from a fuchsia study, which is an awesome one. Let me add it because I didn't add it to our list. 1 second. Nimzowitsch Defence. Yeah, there you have the link. This study is private, you cannot access it. Oh, my bad, sorry people. Let's make it public. Allow cloning, yes. Computer analysis, nobody. Opening Explorer, yes. Chat, everyone. No synchronization. It's public now, sorry about that. So, okay, just to give you a quick glance on the study, we have the starting point, we have a quick glance at two main lines, and then another suggested by Albatros, who's the person. Albatros is the subscriber that suggested the title for this session, the topic. And then we have all the chapters from the Fuchsia study. We cloned from there, and they're amazing, very, very deep. They contain all the eco lines in this variation. And then we have some games. 4 games I played with Saltigo. Were blitz / bullet, so many mistakes, but okay, they show one approach, my approach against the Nimzowitsch. And then this game we're going through, which is my only classical chess game against the Nimzowitsch. Can you link the Fuchsia study page? It is linked from our study. If you go to chapter 5 where it says from Fuchsia, you have the link to Fuchsia's study. But all the chapters from that point on are exactly the chapters Fuchsia has in the study. But of course, follow the link and go to Fuchsia's study. It chips, hello. What time control is classical? It was 1 hour and a half for each player. 90 minutes for me, 90 minutes for my opponent, plus 30 seconds per move, 30 seconds increment. Okay, so let's quickly remember this game and finish it. I'm studying for finals at my school. I have 6 classes to study for. Oh, good luck with that. Okay, so in this crazy line, I pin the knight, I sack the knight to regain the knight there, and then after bishop here, f6, I had the two options, either bishop e3 or bishop takes f6, and in the game I decided to go for bishop e3. So I regretted what I prepared the last day, and I finally went for the main line, which I knew he already played against a strong opponent, and I remember the game, so more or less followed it. Bishop d7 now, I'm pinning, so now I have to take. Bishop takes e6, queen e2. So far normal, and we reach this position that is very, very unbalanced after bishop c6, knight c6, c3 defending b2. And you can see that this is a crazy game, material is equal, but pawn structure is totally crazy, at least unbalanced. I already have a passed pawn on A. And black is slightly more active, and black has more space, so interesting position. It took me 5 minutes to realize Pepe de Val was your ELO. I was confused because it seemed like a birthday. No, it was my ELO at that point. That was 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago, and that was my rating, yes. If it was a birthday, then my opponent's birthday of that. Okay, bishop d6. I developed the knight, of course. Knight e7. I castle. He castled. a4, queen b3, a5. Liches has this back. They are putting the rating into the username field. Pepe de Val was born after World War II, confirmed. Okay, and the game went crazy all the time. Like, for example, after f5 I played g4, which happened to be the best move according to the engine. So you can see how tactical and crazy was this game. I enjoyed it a lot. Now apparently comes the blunder by my opponent. Or was it not the blunder? I think it was a mistake, not a blunder, queen e6. And from this point on I had the advantage. But queen e6 a mistake? Everything is so crazy in this game. Queen e6, knight g5, queen g6, check, king f8, h4 rar, f4 rar, and I won a pawn somehow, and he regains the pawn. f3. Before blunder is black slightly better. No, I think it was more or less equalish. And I think at this point I have just a slight advantage, but the blunder is rook d8 in some moves now. King f2. So here is a slight advantage for white, I think. And here rook d8 is a blunder. But by this point we're probably already in short on time, both of us. But this kind of game, I really enjoyed this game. This is the kind of game I enjoy a lot. Tactical game, but the problem is it's very time consuming. Every move you need to calculate a lot. So by this point we're probably both short on time. And yeah, rook d8 is a blunder because it allowed me to simplify to this endgame a pawn up, this one. And then I converted it. Also in, yeah, two passed pawns. Yeah, weak pawn there, take it. This is two pawns up, two passed pawns. Yeah, and he resigned here. I like knight c6 because it leads to a lot of wild games. I disagree with that, Albatros. I disagree with that. That's not my opinion. I already told. I think it's very flexible. I think the power of knight c6 is that it is very flexible for black, and that makes it a good tool for a strong player, for a player that knows how to play different systems and different openings. But if not, I don't think it will necessarily lead to wild games. It will if you play some opening. Okay, I think I cannot do anything else related to studying Nimzowitsch Defence. The most we can do now is to play some games. If you want, we cannot create a tournament. We've already discussed this, but we can create games. So if someone wants to challenge me, you can study the Nimzo Larsen attack. No, please. If someone wants to play a game, I don't know, with this line, we can do that. So far, so good. Thanks for the follow. I guess I need to edit the challenge command. Turtle Crapus is challenging. And Plugu. Okay, Turtle was first. Let's go there. But we need to play the okay, I'm black, so please play e4. Okay. Didn't see the whole game, but I'll play what you ask. It's just this. Plugu. 1 second. It's just this. It's e4, knight c6. This is what we want to practice. Okay, any variation? Yeah. Okay, Plugu. I don't know what Turtle is asking. Other than this, any other move? Any variation from this point is okay. Okay, bishop e5. That's new for. That's new. That's new. So e5 makes sense. d5 has a point. Knight e4 makes sense. I think I'm gonna go for d5. Let me edit the command challenge Pepe to a casual game to practice the Nimzowitsch Defence. There we go. Okay, so my point in playing d5 is that with the what? Okay, never mind. With the bishop on b5, I had the point. Let me go back there. That I'm attacking the bishop and I'm attacking this. So if knight f3, knight c3, which is natural, I would just take on g2. So yeah, it seemed okay to me. I don't think he had to take on c6 though. I think just bishop f1 or even the line with knight c3 and gambiting that pawn. Now I like my position. I think I'm gonna go there. Yeah, I would probably play bishop f1 if I was white there. And now let's take the chance to castle. And life is good so far. Let's defend a7, always play king b8. Okay, now the problem with e5 is he might just take it. So either I keep developing things or I prepare e5 with the annoying, the infamous f6. I shouldn't do that on the stream. Good so far, yeah. Now let's just develop. Let's be. Why king b8 when he doesn't have a white bishop? Well, he was attacking a7. Also, always play king b8. So, I don't know. And now h5 is an idea, e6, 95. I guess e6 makes sense, or not. Actually, I don't like my queen. Might start playing something strange. Yeah, let's start playing something strange. Yeah. Queen b5, rawr, preventing 95. Play like no one is watching f6. Nimzowitsch. Queen c1, I'm pinning. No messages. Okay. Let me restart my mobile. Okay, Queen c1. Well, that's unpinning for sure. So he might have some ideas here. So I probably don't like to go here. So let's just keep developing pieces. Five letters less, lol. You mean in Russian? Nimzowitsch. Yeah, the last letter counts as 4, right? Nimzowitsch, TSCH, and just chi. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to go here, and I think I'm going to do it. So there's a problem there, though. Maybe it's not a problem. After h3 or f3, I might consider sacrificing the bishop. f3 is probably better than h3, yes. I agree with that. Turtle Crapus is giving me the beat down. Okay, I was thinking about bishop d6, but now bishop c5 is also interesting. Bishop c5, there's knight c6 check. No, there's not. And so bishop c5 interesting. Bishop d6 also interesting. Maybe even more interesting. Check, check, check. Yeah, I like this one. Both seem really, really nice. I think I'm going to go for the more attacking one. That seems bishop d6. But bishop c5 was also interesting. Knight c6 didn't work. Do the hustle 3. Thanks for the follow. Alright, now that this is on, we try to put some music. Sorry. Oh my. And this is called epic music? Really? Yeah, okay. Alright. Dude, you scared the shit out of me with this scuff, lol. Sorry. Sorry. Now this is a really interesting move. Yeah, let's do it. Your beard and hair is killing it, bro. Thank you. Bishop g3, Chivo. That was a good one. Now, I think this is a stronger move than Bishop g3. It's a double attack. Check. And now Bishop g3 seems really strong. Unless I'm missing something, I don't see a defense. Oh yes, there's a defense. The queen can be released. So let's do the check first, and then Bishop g3. There you go. Great accuracy. Well, it almost seemed winning, this threatening queen h6, but the problem is the knight moves, defending the other knight, by the way, and the queen defends against queen h6. And now everything should win here. Maybe I can find a checkmate, but I need 2 moves to do that. Maybe just taking the knight, trading queens, taking the knight, taking the exchange on f2. Should be good enough, but if I can find a checkmate, it should be better. Check there, check there. Okay, so my alternative is to either take the material or go 95. 95 has a double threat. One is to go for checkmate with this, and the other is to go with checkmate with that. But he might have some ideas, and it would be terrible to blunder something now. But his position is still terrible, so I guess it's okay to do it. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's try to go for the killing. Okay, this is too much for me. This music is too much for me. I'm going back to our usual stuff. f4. Now there's knight f3. So I have to do the check first. Now the rook is defending this, so there's no knight takes f4, and if this check, king e2. So I didn't find the checkmate, so I have to go for the material. Although this is also another way to go for the checkmate that I didn't see before. Let me see.
In the morning, gonna get my things together, packing up and leaving this place. I don't believe you're crying, there'll be a smile upon your face. I didn't think how much you'd hurt me. Well, that's something that I love about. Bringing the good times, baby. Unless the bad.
Let's show technique now. So I think this is better than this, because I'm more active. He has to go passive anyway, and I'm definitely more active than on g4. Hey Rogan, it's going good. Both Pepe and the musicians play very good. Thank you. So far so good. Thank you. So far, yeah, so far. GG Turtle. No rematch. Sorry, my bad. I have more challenges. Pluku! Yeah, 91 or c3 I thought, but then I had b5 check. Good game. Pluku, you have to play knight c6 now. Alright, good.
Back in '84, I think it was, we toyed with the world of synthesizers and technology, and then decided it was better just to keep Dave.
Now I know the main line. Now I know this line, huh? We learned this in Fuchsia's study today. So the line went h5 and bishop g5, I think. Pepe going to be a master of all openings by the end. Cool. That's part of my training, isn't it? Let's go rar.
It's called Rocks on the Road.
Rocks on the road. Bum, 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 bum.
There's a black cab down on the quayside. Shirts lights, green eyes, glowing in the dark. Two young cubs handing out.
Maybe this was too creative. Maybe this was too creative.
Know how to hurt and leave no mark. Yeah, down in the outlet bar of the hotel. There's a call for the last round of the day. Push back the stool, take that elevator right. Fall in bed and kick my shoes away.
Get my shoes away. Get my shoes away. Rocks on the road. Bum, bum, bum.
I can't sleep through
Crazy
the
House.
wild sound of the city.
Oh, if this was Crazy House.
Hear a car full of young boys heading for a fight. Long distance telephone keeps ringing out and
I'm giving Plukul time because he's saying his internet is lagging.
talking with tonight. Who you talking with tonight?
Rocks on the road. Rooks on the road. Yeah.
Tired of coming waits me in the morning. Sharon's cold pain with me. I'm up for the downside life's a bitch and all that stuff. So come and shake some apples from my tree.
Defense.
And I pay for my minibar madness. Itemized phone bill overload. Well now, how about some heavy rolling? These rocks on the road.
Did Pepe lose a pawn? It seems so. Let's say I sacrificed it. I mean, we gotta prove that the Nimzowitsch is good for black, right? That's what I'm trying to prove here. No, wait.
Crumbs on the breakfast table. And a million other little things to spoil my day. How about a little light music? To chase it all away. To chase it all away.
I sacrificed the game against Pepe. Oh, cool, cool. I like that. Thank you.
a black cat down
Go for his
the
colors, mate.
quayside.
I should try that.
Ship's lights, green eyes glowing in the dark. Two young cops handing out a beating. Know how to hurt, leave no mark. Yeah, down in the halfway part of the hotel. There's a call for the last line of the day. Push back the stool, take that elevator right. Fall in bed and kick my shoes away. Kick my shoes away. Kick my shoes away.
Rocks on the road.
Kick my shoes away.
Get my shoes away. Rocks on the road. Terrible. 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 Oh, GG. Okay. I think this game proved that the Nimzowitsch is perfectly good for black. Yeah, Pluku just blundered in the end. I won my mommy. Let's go. Now I have the winning side of the opening. This is great for white. Okay, we saw that f6 is terrible, but many people play it.
Everyone has a right to be known, to be seen.
Everyone has that right, yes. F4 war. Now I wanna jump over my knight. Keep 牌之后 ，keep 牌之后 ，keep 牌之后。Aha, bishop b5.
There were three men came out of the west. The fortunes for to try. And these three men made a solemn vow. John Barleycorn must die. Well, they plowed and they've sown, they've harrowed him in, thrown clouds upon his head. Yeah, till these three men were satisfied. John Barleycorn was dead. let him lie for a long, long time till the rains from heaven.
I can finally move my knight. Yes.
And little Sir John sprang up his head and so amazed them all. Well, they've let him fly till midsummer's day, till he loved both pale and wan. Oh, and little Sir John was going along round beards, and so welcome a man. Well, they've hired men with a scythe so sharp to cut him off at the knee. They roll him and tied him around the waist, stabbing him most barbarously.
This is a dream position for black and for my dog.
With a sharp-edged fox to prick him to the heart. Yeah. Oh. And the loader, he'll serve him worse than that. For he's bound him to the cart. Would wheel him around and around the field till they came unto a barn, and there they made their solemn
The starting position is sucks, man.
concerning a barley corn. Well, they hired men with the crab tree sticks to split his skin from bone. Yeah, but the miller has served him
On the boss, on the boss.
for his crown between two stones.
Oh,
With his beer all in the barrel, and brandy in the glass. Blood of Sir John with his hand round the strongest man at last. John Barleycorn. Another huntsman, he can't hunt the fox, nor loudly blow his horn. And the tinker, he can't mend his parts without John Barley Corn.
¿Qué pasa contigo? ¿Qué pasa?
John Barleycorn.
He has more. He has more than me. GG. Blue arrow. Oh. Checkmate is good, yeah, with advantage. Blue arrow, are you gonna play knight c6? Yes! ¿Qué te respetar, ahí? ¿Serás porco? Porco. Okay, bishop f5. Hey! Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 da, da, dum, dum. Do you guys have bad chess days? Sometimes I feel like I'm blind. Every day, every day. Look at that! Look at that. The Nimzowitsch by force. No. Soulless Shovel, thanks for the follow. I shouldn't even try, right? I feel bad trying. Oh, E5. Are you lowering the music a bit? The high notes have trouble passing through your mic. Sorry. One of these two, right? I'm not Jesus. Oops, sorry. Whoa.